Hey everybody, Sandy here. We are working on a 20 ounce Modern Curve dual sports tumbler today. I have spray painted it black, flat black, and I just used the cheap Lowe's store brand. I like that better than I do the Rust-Oleum for the black. This has two lids that go with it. That's what makes it dual. What we're doing is a very simple, but I think it's going to be very pretty cup. I'm going to do the hang method. I've got some epoxy that's all mixed up here. I just did a couple other cups and thought, well, I had some left over. I'll do this one next. We're going to be using sea glass from Glitter Makes It, a chunky mix, but it's so pretty. There are so many different colors in there. I love it. So, been wanting to try that. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with, now there's more epoxy in here than I'm going to need for the hang method, but we're going to go ahead and get started anyway. Okay, I put a fair amount on the bottom, and I'm just going to start moving that around, and the epoxy is starting to get warm. Now, based on the fact that we're using a chunky mix, we're going to need a little more than we normally would just for the hang method, just to make sure that that chunky glitter goes on and lays down. So we're just spreading it out here and getting it on the cup. And as you can see, it lays on there pretty good. You'll know when you're covered because you won't have the resistance that you have, like, say here. That's very hard. And we're just going to commence to putting the glitter. Oh, isn't that pretty? So pretty. I love it. Oh, I certainly do. Now, because I did put a little extra epoxy on here, we are going to have to let this spin. But not a problem. You probably can hear my epoxy dryer in the background. So I'll just put it in there and it'll dry up in an hour and we'll be good to go. Okay, let's see. That doesn't look too bad on the bottom. And I don't mind that the black is showing through just a tiny bit. I did not, I purposely did not spray paint this like seaside or whatever, because I wanted to be able to distinguish that this, is a black base. Okay. All right, that looks nice. I am going to let it cascade and water fall down because I want it to look like a party cup. And I hope I'm in camera for all of you. And you see how that just kind of, I'm hitting up here where the glitter is already there and just letting it cascade down as I turn the cup. Very little is coming out of the bag, but it's giving it a nice little accent. And the little bits that are in there, because this is a mix, are looking very cute at the top. And you know what? It's camouflaging any of that gold that got in there from heaven knows where. There, I think that's cute. A little bit more here. Just letting it barely cascade down. That is so cute. I am loving it. I think we have a good amount. This is a little sparse here. I'm gonna hit where it ends and let it bounce down and hope that I don't overdo it. There. So cute. Now, because I did put a little extra epoxy on here, I probably am not going to have a lot of the high spots to knock down of the chunky, but what I would like to do, without getting it all over my fingers here, but I am going to get it on my fingers, I'm going to hold my cup almost straight up, and out here I'm going to continue to just dust the upper end of this. I'm just rubbing it between my fingers and letting it fall. And this is just excitingly cute. How do you like that for a term? Okay. Satisfied with that. I'm good. Now, I'm going to set this aside. I will pour that back into my container, but not right this second. I'm just looking to see if there's any high spots that I can just tap down with my finger. I know there's no glove on there, but you know, sometimes time is of the essence. There, I had one that was a little bit sideways. I really love this glitter. Now, this on a white cup or a light blue cup is going to look completely different. And I could easily do a white one to match this. And maybe I'll do that. I still have some epoxy left in my container that I may be able to get out of there. So yeah, I'm going to put this on the turner and let this go, and we'll come back after we get it fully epoxied, the next coat or two. But we will be right back. I'm going to grab the white one. Okay, we've got our white cup. I am going to scrape down the inside of our epoxy container here, just so I don't have to wait for it to roll out of there. And I don't imagine I'm going to need more than that. Oh, crud. Oh, crud, I got crud on my fingers. Ooh. And epoxy went everywhere. Okay. Now, I'm going to swipe that right onto our cup. Just make it easy on myself. Put my baby wipe on there and that'll start to clean itself up. And once again, going to do the hang method. Same way. Same thing, just grab it and move it down. In the last cup, it was already, the epoxy was already starting to set up, and now we're a little bit further into that, but okay. Okay, we can do it. This might be a little thinner than the last, and that's fine by me too, because it seemed to really do a good job of hanging on. That black cup is just gorgeous. And I definitely am going to think up a nice little decal or saying for that, for both of these. Almost there, almost there. Bring some of that epoxy over here from that side. You do get a bit of a workout doing this, and it's the only workout I do, so I'm not complaining. I want to get around that seal there want to give it a chance to blow bubbles. There, okay. I think I'm happy with that. And we're going to find out if that blue, that, what is it called again? It's called sea glass. We're going to see if that sea glass looks different on the white. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it will look different. Okay. All right, I'm satisfied with that. I'm not even going to hit it with the torch because I don't feel like it needs it. I think we're pretty well covered here. Take my glove off so I can play with the glitter. Oh. I don't know how people in the South do it when it gets too warm and those gloves stick to your hand. What a pain in the boots. Okay. Are we ready? Don't forget, we've got sea glass from Glitter Makes It. And this is such a pretty, pretty glitter. Oh, yeah. This looks like a birthday cake. But it's light and pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I don't even, once again, I don't care that you can see that it's white behind it. I don't think that makes it ugly. We ain't going for ugly. We're going for pretty. And I may just go a little more sparse and see how that looks. A little more sparse than I did on the black. I did cover the black quite well. That's so stinking pretty, and it's so different from the black. Oh my goodness. All right, let's start cascading. Tip it to the side. So listen, if you're a new tumbler maker, this is a great way to work on doing your ombres, at least the first part of your ombre. This is a good way to learn control of your glitter. It's also a good way to learn to give up some control. So we all had to come to the realization at one point or another that we have to put aside our notion that everything is going to come out exactly the way we want it to. And this is a good way to give up a little bit of that control without a disappointing outcome. There, I think we have done it. That is so stinking pretty. I said that about the black too, but this is so pretty. And I like that it's very lightly coated. I don't mind that you can kind of see the white through the bottom part. I think it just adds to it. This one is a little more elegant. This reminds me of Cinderella. Does that sound silly? I'm gonna bop my bottom. I'm gonna bop the boop in the bin. There. That's all I was gonna do. But look at the top. Look at how pretty that looks. All those different colors in there. That's so... Don't stick your finger in there, Sandy. That's so pretty. Isn't it? Ah, I love it. I love it. Okay. I've made enough noise. So, once again, I'm gonna tap down my high spots, and I will also tap down the high spots that are on the black one. But I'm going to take you over and put these two side by side so that you can see. Of course, they're flipped one end to the other. Let's see if I can get you in there well enough to see both of them. Let's see. I think I've Well, it's tough. It's tough. But there we go. How about like that? They're so cute. And they are completely different. As you can see. If we put them in the right direction. Nah, still can't see it like that. How about like that? There we go. So pretty. Okay, that's it for this part. We'll come back and put on our decals after these have dried, and then we will epoxy them one more time. So stay tuned, folks. We're back with these 2 cups, and there has been, let's see, two layers of resin on both of them, and I've put my decal on here, and it says all this and a sparkling personality. And I saw a cup that Luxinda Swirl had done, and she put something like this on there. I'm not exactly sure if this is what it was, but it was something to this nature, and I really liked that saying, and I thought it really fit these cups. Now, the point to this whole video is that I want you to see how using the same glitter can give you different effects. And it doesn't have to be cheap glitter. That's the main point I want to make. This was both the same glitter, and I'm going to take you in for a close-up here, and hopefully I don't muff this up. But as you can see on a white background, that glitter, this is like the original color of it. Now this has been sanded, so this looks pretty shoddy at this point. But you can see that it's a nice iridescent, translucent type of effect on there. But when it comes to the black background, it came out more like a fiesta party is all I can think of. Is that the same word? Fiesta and party? I think it is. That's okay. So I wanted you to be able to see that and to recognize that, you know, don't just follow the rules and play by the rule book. Give yourself an opportunity to discover what your glitter can do for you. If you're going to use it, get as much mileage out of it as you can. So anyway, this is the whole point to this video, really, was for you to be able to see just how much different the outcomes are based on your background. And we know this from putting on mica powders. When you brush on your micro powders, when you brush on your mica powders over top of a black spray paint, it makes a big difference than if you put them over a white spray painted base. So yeah, long way around that, but this is what we were left with, which I think is pretty cool. I like the idea that I can do 2 different styles with one glitter. So test out your glitters. Now, this is on here. I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of resin. I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. I will get you over there in just a second here. Back you out a little bit. Whoopsie poopsie, wrong direction, Clyde. There we go. Let me get you back in there a little bit. This white cup, yeah, it says the same thing. However, this vinyl that I use, this, what is it called? The holographic holographic vinyl. Decided it was going to, the back end of it, the under part of the overlay, decided that it was going to wrinkle, but it wrinkled while it was still on the backing paper. So yeah, I have to tear this all off and redo that, but that's for another day, another time. Less disgusted me. So all that being said, I am going to go ahead and get my resin on here because I have a couple of other cups that I want to get covered. So I've put together quite a bit here. I think I probably have maybe 50 milliliters in here, and I'm not even going to use anywhere near that much. But you can see that the glitter that was on here, you know, it pocked and it divoted and all that stuff. But for the most part, it's all smoothed out now and good to go. So, and let me tell you, this really took a lot of sanding. Not gonna lie. Was not the easy peasy that I was looking for this video. But, you know, a little workout. Yep, working up those muscles. Okay, just cleaned off my stir stick there. So I'm going to go ahead and get epoxy on here, and I'm going to concentrate on these because we know that the holographic vinyl always rejects, and I didn't spray this. So I'm going to hope beyond hope that I get a good enough coverage on here, and I'm going to make sure that I hit those first. Just for the sake of knowing that I know that I know. Okay, I'm not dissatisfied with this. I am going to hit this with the torch, knock down any bubbles, warm some of that up. It is kind of chilly in my studio today, even though it's June. It's like 68 in here, and there's no AC. So my resin is a little bit, it's not as quick to warm up during the thermal process. Okay, I think we're good there. Heat that bottom up a little bit. I have a blue shirt on, not that you can see that, but the bottom of this is showing blue and green, and that's all it's showing for colors because of my blue shirt. So this is going to take on colors that surround it. That's amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. So maybe I'm simple, but that's okay. There. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. We'll come back when we have a finished piece here. Hopefully, like I said, this will be the last of the epoxy. Hit that again. And I didn't put any extra in here, no rainbow additive. I'm kind of sad about that, but there's already glitter on here. So we'll be back and we will do the final reveal. Stay tuned.